Kerry Sullivan here with another How to Kick Ass in Sales.com tip of the day, and today's all about New Year's Eve and New Year's resolutions. Alright, so today is New Year's Eve, and a lot of people go out there and they party and they start coming up with the New Year's resolutions. 2016, 17, whatever, this is going to be the best year ever type deal. And so often people go out there and, they get a month into it, 2 weeks into it, and they've given up on all their resolutions and they go back to doing the same old, same old. And I just want to give you guys some tips of things that are scientifically proven to work, that they've proven through studies and neuroscience and everything else, in order to help you actually hit your New Year's resolutions and hit your goals. Because I know your salespeople out there watching this, and salespeople have all kinds of goals all the time, right? So I just want to give you guys some tips that you can actually utilize so you can actually go out there and hit your goals and be a lot more effective with them. So let's start off with number one, and that's number one is you got to set a proper goal, right? So often people go out there, oh, I want to get more sales this year, right? Or I want to improve my productivity. Well, what the heck does that mean? That's pretty vague, right? So what you want to do is you want to make that goal really time sensitive, and you want to put an exact number on it so you know when you hit it, right? So when you hit it. So maybe it's, I want to hit $100,000 in sales by June 1st, right? So that's one goal right there. So it's time specific, and you'll know when you hit it, and then you'll also have a good idea of where you are in your progress getting to that goal, right? Because it's number driven. So you'll know if you're at only 10,000 sales on May 1st, it means you got you got to pick up the slack, right? You're behind on your goal in terms of hitting that and getting to it. So that is number one, right? So number two is you got to have a plan for your goal. They did this study where they took people and they split them into three groups. And these people were groups of people who were going to lose weight. In the first group, they said, okay, go at it. I know you guys want to lose weight. Just go for it. And they didn't give them any support at all. They just went out there on their own and did it. And like 20% or less, it wasn't very many people, actually were able to go out there and lose weight. And then they took a second group and they actually gave them a plan. They gave them some support. They were like, okay, this is your diet plan. Go out there and do it. And they actually didn't have too much more success than the people who were just thrown out there to go do it on their own. And then they had the third group, and this third group had way more success. And what they did with this third group is they sat down, they said, okay, what days of the week are you specifically gonna work out on? What time are you gonna work out at? Where are you going to go to work out? Right? And when they did these things and they got down and they nailed them down to the exact time, date, and place of actually getting that goal done or working on that goal and having a plan to actually hit that goal, they're able to go out there and knock it out. So this is the other thing. You got to make a plan to make that goal and hit that goal. So the other thing that we know through neuroscience is that our brain has a really hard time of actually looking out beyond 90 days to hit goals. And I learned this from a guy named Todd Herman, who is really good at helping people go out there and hit goals. And so that's really fascinating. So, you can have that bigger term goal out there, but what you want to do is you want to break that big goal that you have into smaller goals, right? Break it into 90 days or less goals in getting to that goal. So, getting to $100,000, right, in the next 6 months, like I was just giving for example there, by June. So you want to break that down into 4 smaller goals, right? So $25,000 increments could be something that would be useful in that point, right? So, the first quarter on that, what is that? Midway through February, something like that, February 15th, right? You want to be at $25,000 in sales, right? So break it down like that. And then from there, have little plans again in terms of hitting that goal. So break those bigger goals down into smaller chunks, no more than 90 days out, right? And really break it down that way. Now, when you hit each one of those goals, the other thing that you want to do, and they've proven this again through science, is that if you give yourself a reward, what happens is it helps to keep you motivated to go after that goal. But also what happens is once you get that reward, it feels good and it starts anchoring into you those actions and those thoughts and those patterns of going out there and taking action towards that goal. So that's something else that's really useful. The other thing that is super useful as well is having someone that you're accountable to, right? And someone that's going to check in with you saying, hey, how is it that you're getting along with this goal or whatever it may be? And if you check in with this person, it'll really help. And also have something in place where if you don't check in with this person or you fail to do something that you say you're going to do every single day in getting to this goal, right? Have a negative consequence in there as well. One thing that when I first started getting out of college and I was helping people lose weight, one of the ways I helped people lose weight is I told them if they didn't lose weight, they owed me money, because I could work these people out and they'd have great sessions and everything like that, but a lot of time they go and they just eat whatever the heck they wanted and then they wouldn't lose weight and they wouldn't hit their goals. But when I had it in place that they were going to have a weigh-in once a week, and if they weren't losing at least 1 pound a week, they were going to pay me, right? And then they had that accountability. So if you have that accountability in there, you're way more likely to actually get things done, right? So a lot of these things, people are like, oh yeah, everybody knows that, but they don't do it. And the thing is all those things I told you about actually work, because there's a lot of BS out there too that doesn't work. You've got the vision boards and the affirmations and everything else. And I don't know, personally, I never really found that those things work. But when I had a concrete system in place with any kind of goal that I've gone after, it's made the difference. It's made the biggest difference of all, right? So those things that I just described to you are the main things that are going to help you go out there and kick things over and take things to the next level. So number one, have a time-specific exact goal that you can measure with numbers, right? So you can keep on track of it and going after it. Number two is you want to break this goal down into smaller goals, right? No more than 90 days, right? And with those smaller goals, you're going to have little micro rewards, rewarding yourself. And then lastly, also what you want to have in place as well is some accountability. So someone that's checking in on you and saying, hey, how you doing with this? And or how you doing with that? And the more people you have that you're accountable to, the better, right? So maybe you've got a different person every week that you meet with or whatever it may be. Just set it up so it's going to be something that is going to really help you be accountable that way. So this is Kerry Sullivan with another howtokickassetsales.com tip of the day. So happy New Year's to you, and I hope you like this. And really, if you go out there and implement these things, it's going to work for you. You're going to do big things, and I look forward to helping you guys go out there and crush your sales goals. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to help you. We're going to go out there and we're going to break sales records, and that is the name of the game. And again, if you apply this stuff, you're going to kick ass. It's just a matter of doing it. Everyone's like, oh, it doesn't seem like this is anything special or whatever. Look, these are all things that are actually proven to work, and if you implement them and you actually use them, it will work for you. So this is Kerry Sullivan with another howtokickassetsales.com tip of the day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.